going to an auction house.
So yeah, my brother is coming as well. He's being our cameraman today.
It's Chris, he's a little bitch.
I know, I live with the guy.
So I'm seeing a red old school Game Boy. I'm seeing Donkey Kong with Game & Watches, both of them. What does it matter? It's not going to be on an episode.
It was such a shock. Like, it was not what I expected that to be at all.
Filming. Can I have my McMuffin?
He's filming. Doing what I asked him to, goddammit.
No, I'm sorry. I need my food. I'll do better next time, I promise.
That's it, you're never coming out again. So today we're going to an auction house.
So Wood and I have been talking about going to an auction for a little while, and we do it this week. We're going. We go super early, which was Wood's idea.
So we're gonna head down and see if we can bid on these things, sort of like eBay, I guess, but live. And this is how it'll be like, Game & Watch, $5. Anyone $5? I'll bid on that. Thank you, Chris. $5 on that. $5. Anyone $5? Going once, going twice. $10 from the lovely gentleman with the long hair. Sold. And I'll beat you.
Thought we agreed we weren't going to bid on the same.
You won't
You're going to stab me in the back?
until I see an opening.
So yeah, my brother is coming as well. He's being our cameraman today because we've been looking for someone for a while and no one's sort of come up. So I told my brother he was doing. I didn't ask him. I told him.
Hold me down and rub chilies on my lips.
Going out with Chris's brother is good because I give Chris a lot of shit, and then that gets deflected onto his brother. And Chris takes it out on him a bit. He was doing fine. You can zoom in. We got a mic.
Oh yeah, forget yours.
It's okay. You keep going. You were doing well. Back up a little bit.
Well, I was talking to you, so...
No. It's Chris. He's a little bitch.
I know, I live with the guy.
What's it like being Chris's brother?
Horrible.
What do you think of your brother?
What do I think of my brother? It's a normal brother thing.
So I'm seeing a red old school Game Boy. I'm seeing Donkey Kong with Game & Watches, both of them.
So we get to the auction house and we are super excited. The stuff there is so good. Like, there's so much Nintendo stuff, but the things, to be honest, I'm really after is there's actually a first release PlayStation and another boxed PlayStation, which wasn't the first release one. So I am actually looking at getting both of them.
Oh, and the Tiger Castlevania Simon's Quest, the handheld, official licensed handheld, which I already have a couple of back home. So I wouldn't mind picking that up for my collection as well.
So yeah, we were just told by a guy that the Game & Watches are going to go through the roof, so I assume he's been to a few of these things before. It depends what his version of Through the Roof is. Yeah. Through the Roof could be like $20, $30. Could be 100. I'm staying optimistic, okay? Could be 100.
What does it matter? It's not going to be on an episode. I've got a couple sat here. No one's going to be like, oh, no, you didn't because you got that a week after because I follow everything you do in your life.
I know, I was just saying, Jesus, man.
So you interrupted what I was saying.
I didn't
interrupt.
You
Don't
did
let me
interrupt.
finish.
You didn't let me finish.
I did. Wood spots the pinball table and it looks really cool. I'm really excited for him because I think it'd be awesome if he started collecting those things. He's got the whole arcade set up in his house. It'd be really fun for me. I mean, I'm in his house all the time. I'm excited.
Chance that like stuff will slip through. Like
I just can't see this going for anywhere close to what it's worth. I see this going for 100, 200, 300 at the most.
yeah.
Me, personally, I want to start collecting arcade machines. I can't afford to do it right now. It's going to have to be a thing I look at doing when I get back from the States. I want pinball machines, I want arcade machines, I want tabletops, I want it all. And I blame Greg and Mike from Arcade Impossible because I've been watching that show a lot lately again since I first started watching it, and I'm craving it. I want that joy of going to someone's house, buying a pinball machine, bringing it home, setting it up. It's just, that would be grand. And you know, what's that?
Like, wait, what?
The guy who actually owns the pinball machine walks up and he says, "Oh well, this was actually up for auction a couple weeks ago, and no one hit the reserve price, so it didn't sell." And I asked him, "Well, what was the reserve price?" And he said, $3,000.
Like, wait, what?
So essentially, no matter what kind of bidding was happening on this thing, if someone wasn't willing to start it at 3,000, it wasn't going to sell.
I want to go home with something. Like the box PS1 is the.
I think I'm going to
is the thing
focus
I want.
on the SNES.
Yeah.
I'm going to focus on that hard.
Red Game Boy.
Red Game Boy and the SNES. If I can
Yeah.
get one of them, I'll be happy. Even if
I
I have
want-
to go to like 50 to get them.
The things I want the most are the pocket, silver pocket, which I would like $20 maximum for that. Even that is like. a bit
$20
ridiculous.
maximum. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Do they usually go for a high amount or low amount?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think it's quite a reasonable price.
Yeah.
It's quite competitive.
Yeah, I was
there's
told that.
There's a lot of interest in it, yes.
Because we're not like, no one was really looking at them down there, and we thought we might have a good chance of getting them cheap, but then someone said, "Oh, these go for a ridiculous amount." So, I mean, I don't know what their version of ridiculous
That's
is,
right.
but
I wouldn't know either. All I know is there's quite a bit of interest in them, and you'll see they get
Yeah.
a special cabinet and
Yeah,
a regular
yeah.
cabinet spot.
we're still very optimistic at this point. But that's when we realized that in each of the rooms there's a red book. And these red books have all the listings and the price range that it is predicted to sell for. So we go over to our little Game & Watches and we start looking at the predicted sell prices, and they're saying between 100 to 150 for most of them.
So when we notice the recommended prices on the books, we start trying to suss it out and work out how accurate these prices were, and we were shocked.
We look at some of the chairs, some of the beds, some of the tables, whatever's selling at that time, and what the price range is, and to see how accurate this thing is.
At $190, $200 my buyer. At $220, $240 my bidder. At $240 now bidding $260. That's right in the shadows there. At $260 now will go on the left hand side now. $260 multiplied at $260 and 98 at $260. Number 54.
And sure enough, if a table's marked between 50 to 100, it's selling for 75. If a bed is marked between 100 to 150, it's selling for 130. These things are accurate. They know what they're doing. We're not leaving here with a $30 SNES. The best we can hope for is to get a good price on these things.
It was such a shock. Like, it was not what I expected that to be at all. I mean, sure, we were probably like a little bit low and stuff, but
Hold me down and rub chilies on my lips.
So it finally gets to the first thing we're waiting for, the first thing that we've come here for, and that's the Tiger handheld, Simon's Quest, and Karate Fight, the other handheld. Now I'm going to be honest, in my thought process at this point is, I don't think it's going to go any higher than this because honestly, I don't want to pay 30. I really didn't want to pay 30. I don't think it was worth 30. But I'm here, I can already tell that this auction probably isn't going to go the way we hoped, so for the sake of buying probably the cheapest thing on the auction list, and I actually do want it for my collection,
Holy crap, a Tiger Simon's Quest handheld? That's pretty cool. I know just the thing. Ah, the famous Simon's Quest Tiger's handheld. This is one of my favorite. Now, Tiger Electronics, if you guys didn't know, started in the late 40s. Now, the reason it was called Tiger is because the guy, Andy Warsnip, he was actually developing a handheld game, and while he was doing it, he was actually attacked by Siegfried Roy's beloved White Tiger. After all this happened, he decided to stick with the name Tiger Electronics. Now on to the real meat of the story. Simon's Quest on Tiger handhelds. Now why is this such a big deal? Why is it so important in history? Well, the reason is because Simon's Quest was first originated in the Atari. Now you guys know when it was remade on the Neo Geo Pocket Color Advanced Ultra HD Collection Samsung version, the Android technology they used at the time wasn't working. They co-developed with the creators of the Ouya at the time. It was roughly around 1979 when they did this, and they created some amazing games together. Games like Donkey Kong Country, Diddy Kong's Revenge. Now most of these are really hard to find. If you see any Tiger Electronics games, especially these Samsung versions that's wood looking at, normally the Nokia ones are a little easier to download. They have better Wi-Fi and better signal. I would recommend getting it. The Kanye West Black Color Edition is extremely, wow, that was racist. I don't know if they're gonna get this game. I really hope they do. They're extremely rare. I know these guys are really good collectors. I love Billy and Jay. I know they do a good job here. So best of luck to you guys out there. Smartest man on YouTube. Back to you guys.
but I'm actually happy to have it at least. It looks pretty badass next to the other ones.
So the very next item after Wood's little handhelds was the original PlayStation, and what I didn't actually realize at the time until the auctioneer said it is that there was actually two PlayStations there. There was a case behind it, which I thought was just a case for the PlayStation, but apparently there was another PS1 in there.
Two consoles. Absolutely, there we go. Good on the ends in the box there as well, the casing. Once in the start, this one's there, 30 to start. That put it on to the for 30. That put it on to there, 30. What about 20? Small with 20. Got to get real fast speed. 20 feet, 20 on here. That put it on to 5. That's more like it. At 25, that 25 here. And 30 now, 30 on 60, 30 on 60, 30 on 60, 30. That put it on 60, 30 on 60, 30. Don't go back. That put it on 60, 30 on 5. That put it on 60, 35, 35, 35. The hours have come now. That 35, 35, 60 here. That 35, 60, 35, 35, so another 35, and done.
$35 for freaking PlayStations. Like, we get these at the dump for $2. Like, he has a stack of them. We don't even take all of them that he has there because they're just there. If I want a PlayStation, I can go any day I want and buy one for $2. Like, at a shop.
So the next thing that we possibly, you know what, I can't even be bothered trying to build this up to sound like this is going to be epic in any way. It's not. The SNES sells for $110. $110 freaking dollars. I don't even understand. There's a point during the auction for the SNES where I think it hits about $70 or $80 that you see both me and Chris look around. The reason why we're looking around is we're looking to see who's bidding on this But I sure as hell know that we didn't put a single bid on this SNES, and it got to $110. It sold at $110. And you know what? Let's jump ahead a bit. The Game & Watches were selling at $150, $200 each. Now you may say to yourself, well, yeah, but they're Game & Watches and they're in box, and you know about on eBay they go for about $150. Yeah, on eBay they go for about $150. They do. SNESs don't go for $110, and we're sat here at a live freaking auction where you're meant to almost be haggling, I guess, to try and get this stuff cheap, not to be paying more than eBay, not to be paying eBay. These people don't know the prices of this stuff. They're seeing vintage stuff. They're paying $4,000 for a painting. They don't see a problem in paying $200 for a handheld Game & Watch. Do you all want to know why the prices on retro games are getting so high? It's because of the auction house in Adelaide. They are jacking up the prices for everyone. The reason why you're paying $200 for Earthbound in friggin' Dallas, Texas, USA is because of this auction house in Adelaide. I reckon that is the biggest rant I've ever done for a Game Quest.
Everything else in the day, like Game & Watches all over $100. There was not even a single one that went for under $100, like even the ones without boxes and stuff. It made, like, when we went to that toy fair, there was people selling those Game & Watches for $250, and I was like, where the hell do these nut jobs come from that think a Game & Watch is worth $250? Now I know. This is where they come from. They buy their crap for $170 and think, all right, well, I'll only mark it up $50 and then that'll be a good deal for me. I'll make $50. No, you're an idiot.
That's yours.
Thank you.
They are yours too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Cheers. Have a good one. There apparently is a tax fee or an inflation fee or a something fee that the auction house takes, which is something like 13%. So I ended up walking out of here having to pay like $34.50 or something like that.
How's that game?
It's pretty good actually.
Variety fighter.
Oh,
Man,
God,
that is
that's
loud.
ear-piercing.
Wow.
You can play 2 players.
Oh, really?
Go like that.
You win some, you lose some. It was an experience. It's something we'd never done before. Wood got some stuff, but
Hold me down and rub chilies on my lips.
That one, I hope that works. Some people are coming in bringing batteries in just to make sure they were working. So it's quite a good idea.
If they don't work, what happens?
It's the buyer beware. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully, it should work.
Not only did we leave the auction early, but when I tried to buy my thing and I paid for it and went to go get it, they didn't even believe me that I paid for it. And I had to go friggin' back to the cashier again and prove that I paid for the bloody thing so he could buy them. And then he says to me, oh, they might not work. What do you mean they might not work? And he says, we don't test them. It's buyer beware.
It should work.
you win some, you lose some. Yeah.
Wow, that was racist.
Hold me down and rub chilies on my lips.